Hey, you guys. My name is Carly Wood Kelly, and I wanted to jump in here and go live and share about how coaching has changed my life. I know that I did my post in here, a brief post about, what coaching has done for me. So I'm going to make this short and sweet, but I feel like my story, really comes across a lot better. Not better, I shouldn't say better, but it really is more meaningful when I share it like in person. So about 8 years ago, 4th of July weekend, my best friend and I, we were getting ready to go out on the boat. And for some reason, right before we left, I flipped a coin and I was like, heads I'm going to go, tails I'm not. And it was tails. So I didn't end up going on the boat with her that weekend, and there was a boating accident, and she got killed. And that's really where my life completely forever changed. I battled a lot of survivor's guilt, a lot of depression, a lot of anxiety, and for 4 years, I was pushing people away because I was so afraid to lose other people. I was battling a lot of self-destructive behaviors. And in my previous life, before all that happened, I had a 15-year battle with an eating disorder. I attempted suicide. Like, I just really had a hard time in different areas of my life growing up. And then after my best friend passed away, it sent me right back into that downward spiral. And I lived that way for about 4 years. And I don't know if y'all can hear me on this. It wasn't until I was talking to a friend on the phone about where I was at and just everything I was going through that she told me about my now coach. She was like, well, you go follow this girl. She runs these groups. She seems really positive. Like, I don't know, it could be something that could help. And I took one look at her page and I was like, wow, this girl is so positive. There's this like community. She runs these groups. I don't know what it's about, but dang, I need to be a part of it. So I reached out to her. I did not know her at the time. Like I said, I just followed her on social media through a friend. But when I started in the challenge group, I remember doing T25 and I started working out for 25 minutes a day. And you guys, I remember like the first time I smiled again. And I remember the first time I started to like really heal from my grief. And grief never ever goes away. It's always a part of my life. I think about my best friend every day, but I learned positive coping skills. Nobody in my life, I hated my job at the time. I hated it. I joke around and I say that I was selling chicken tenders and french fries because I worked for Cisco. I just hated my job. I felt passionless. I felt purposeless. I felt like it should have been me that had died because my best friend was a teacher and she was engaged. And, I just didn't really feel like I had anything going on in my life. And coaching for the first time gave me that community. It gave me people that met me exactly where I was at on my journey. People who cheered me on, a support group, women I didn't even know who were like rooting for me. And I remember 2 months into coaching, I didn't do anything for the first 2 months of coaching, which I regret now, but it's okay. It's part of my story. I remember thinking, I was like, wow, if I battled depression and anxiety in silence, there are other women out there who are doing the same. I have to pay this forward. I have to share about this. And my biggest fear wasn't really what people thought of me. I didn't really care about that. I know a lot of new coaches coming in wonder like, oh my God, what's my family going to think? What are my friends going to think? I didn't care about that. I cared about the one woman out there that I could help. What I did fear was failure. So that's why it took me 2 months to dive into coaching, because I feared failing. But I'll tell you guys, when I made the first post about coaching and how it changed my life, I spoke from my heart. I spoke vulnerably about how this opportunity really helped to uplift me from where I was at. I didn't have a ton of weight to lose. What I had to do was healing from the inside out. And I've never, ever had a job. I've never had a company. This is where I get passionate. explain to me what inner work is. Like, I've never had someone tell me, work on yourself first, like work on yourself from the inside out. We can have the most beautiful bodies in the entire world and be as fit as can be, but if we're not owning our truth and healing ourselves from the inside out, then the outside doesn't really matter. And coaching taught me that. To have a career, to have something, you guys, oh my God, I would not be married if it wasn't for Beachbody. Literally, I was pushing my husband away before I found Beachbody because I was afraid I was going to lose him. I didn't know how to communicate properly. I was drinking too much. I was taking too much prescription medication. I was literally a mess. And I know that being in these challenge groups and finding coaching and working hard at it, it's easy, but it also takes work, but I believe that if you resonate with this, like if you can work on yourself, if you can grow, maybe fitness is your passion. Maybe, you want to show up for yourself. You want to be a better mom. You want to be a better spouse. I'm telling you guys, coaching can do that. It's done it all for me. I didn't even want to be a mom before I started coaching because I didn't think I was good enough. Like, you guys, I was in a bad place. And just for the sole fact that this opportunity gave me the ability to work on me from the inside out, it changed my entire life. We now have financial freedom. I didn't start this for the income. I started this for the community. I started this for the connection. I started this just to work on me and just to start to heal because I was so tired of living the way I was living and not understanding how to process my grief in a different, positive way. We've been able to travel. We've been fortunate enough. We paid for our wedding with cash. We put 25% down on our house. And I don't say this because, you should join for the money or you should join for this. I'm just telling you my story and what it's done for me and how just saying yes to an opportunity can really change your life, even when you have doubts, even when you don't believe in your own ability, even when you may not feel like you're in the best shape of your life or whatever. Don't wait to start something. Start it now, because I will tell you, people want to be on your journey with you. There are so many people that are still on my journey and love that I've kept my best friend's memory alive through coaching, and maybe you're someone who has more weight to lose, or you're someone who has to get better results with your nutrition. Whatever it is, people want to be on that journey with you. So don't wait to start. Don't say, when I do a program or when I lose 10 pounds or when I'm healed, then I'll start coaching. Honor where you're at right now. Be vulnerable. People connect with that, and just know from the bottom of my heart, you guys, I wish I could jump through here and just hug all of you guys and squeeze all of you guys and tell you how life-changing this really is, because it has transformed my entire life. And I hope to welcome you guys to our team. I hope to meet you in the future. And if you have any questions, message me. And it was an honor to be able to share this with you guys. All right, bye.